Thank you, son. Thank you, EJP, for coming. And thank you, teachers, also. I'm a bit nervous.
Start talking.
Now,
Out of topic.
I would like to talk about what action should we take. I'm sorry. How climate change affecting us. So, climate action has consequence to our ocean, our food source, our weather, and our health. Now, I would like to talk about it briefly. First, I'll start with the ocean. As you know, our North Pole is melting very fast. More than 50% of glaciers have already melted. This is caused rise the ocean rise. It is caused
Carry on.
the rising sea level. So scientists says by 2050 our sea level will be 1 foot higher. By the end of this century, maybe it will be more than 1 meter. So developed countries like Bangladesh will be suffer more. Already every year more than 40,000 people lost their home because of rising sea level. Not only the developing countries, but also the developed countries like Japan. Osaka will be under the water in end of the century. And Miami and London will be underwater by end of this century. And more than 60% of wildlife has already declined. The coral reef is bleaching. Do you know about bleaching?
Yeah.
Bleaching means warming water caused it is like literally cooking the coral reef. So major coral bleach event had happened in 1998, 2002 and 2016. But very concerning thing is that after 2018, this bleaching happening every year, which is lead to this coral reef to death. If there is no coral reef, there will be no fish in the water. So we have the people who are related to the fishing will be suffer very much. Next, I will talk about the weather. The weather will be very, very extreme and intense. The welfare burn longer and wider. That means if welfare start, it won't stop. As everyone maybe see the picture of little koala is burning in Australia. In 2020, millions of acres of land have burned. Millions of wildlife has burned alive. And thousands of people lost their home. Extreme heat get hotter. As the global temperature rise, the weather will be very hot and you will feel like it's very hot outside. And every day it will going on. Drought will be very intense. The countries like Africa will suffer most. Hurricane become more intense. Warm water doesn't create hurricane, but hurricane draw their energy from warm water, which make them very intense and very destroyful. Warmer temperature drives increase of rainfall and snowfall. Weather is becoming very, very unpredictable. Now, I would like to draw your attention, especially Kira ma'am. Last week, there was a massive flood in eastern Australia, right? So, 10 people died and 1,000 people lost their home. There is a very concerning fact about this. Do you know about it? What is this concerning fact? Oh, yeah.
No, I'll let you explain.
Okay. It's okay, I'll explain it. According to Reuters, the eastern side of Australia, there had been never flood. Then the people there never see a flood, but it's happening there. It's very concerning. Maybe next year Tokyo will be underwater. No one knows. So our food source. as the weather becoming very warmer or unpredictable, farmer don't know when the rain is coming. Maybe I came from a farmer family. I know how weather affect us. We cultivate rice. If the rain come early, there will be flood. We cannot collect our food in time. In Brazil, the coffee tree is dying. The coffee will be a rich people drink. Maybe 50 years from now, we have to buy coffee for luxury only. We cannot buy coffee like normal people here in 100 yen. Our health. So every year, 2.5 million people died in cause related to climate action. Because weather becoming warmer, the people will suffer more in heat wave. Older and children will be suffer most. The people who cannot afford air condition will be suffer very much. Hot weather makes the air more polluted, which decrease the air quality we breathe. In near future, carrying an oxygen cylinder with you will be very new normal, like you are wearing a eyeglass now. Because of dry weather, the food becoming less nutritious. There will be more zoonotic disease like SARS, dengue, Zika, plague, corona, COVID-19, COVID-20, COVID-21, COVID-22, blah, blah, blah. It's time. It's not about getting good mark in presentation. It's about our future generation. What if your children ask you, why don't you do anything when still there is time? I hope every person of this classroom will act something for us and for next generation. Now, our next member, Azimov, will tell you what action should we take to resolve this big issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Azad. Now I'm going to talk about what we can do to prevent global warming and climate action problems. Every individual living on this planet is responsible to prevent global warming. In one way or another, everyone must amend to stop this phenomenon on his or her own way.